Oh, uppercut.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's done.
my!
That's it. That's it. Wow.
Knockout!
This game hard.
Yang, the offensive rebound. Clear some space on the wall here.
Through if you like. Abubakar. Take the penalty for Cameroon. James is going to the line.
Allez, de retour donc sur ce plateau, on va reprendre, pas accueillir, reprendre Esta Auto pour l'Eurosphère. On commence avec l'info mercato au niveau des Camerounais.
Yes, we begin with transfer news here in Cameroon. We start by talking about 29 years old Ngok Yango Grace Jeannette, who joins Olympique de Marseille out there in France. Meanwhile, Colette Zana leaves Belarus to Spain. She signs a 6-month contract with UDG and a top side out there in Spain. Meanwhile, it is official for Marus Waibu, who has been welcomed officially as an Orlando Pirates player out there in South Africa. The club announced his arrival and he has begun training already with the club alongside Evanga, who is also a Cameroonian. Wilfred Kaptoum joins UD Las Palmas in Spain. He stays with the club for the remainder of the season with an option to extend to 2 seasons. Meanwhile, Leroy Abanda joins PAS Lamia on loan from RFC Sereng in Belgium. Jordan Bakop signed his first professional contract with Watford FC from Nottingham Forest Academy at the age of 18. To the 7th year, he has worked his way back to the top, joining the under-21 of Watford. 22-year-old Faris Pemi joins Norwegian side Bador Glimt until December 2026. Meanwhile, in volleyball, Odrain Moyo joins China Blitz in India, and we end Cameroon transfers this morning by talking about Vincent Abubakar, who is officially a Besiktas player. Before we move on to the next part of the slot, we talk about Andre Onana, who wins his first silverware with Inter de Milan. He wins the Super Champions of Italy Cup, and after defeating AC Milan, he kept a clean sheet. Equally, we had Enor Boris, who wins Israeli League Cup with Maccabi.
Allez, André Onana, donc belle prouesse avec l'Inter de Milan, vainqueur de la Super Coupe d'Italie. On va prendre maintenant l'info mercato du côté de l'Europe, sans oublier ce match aux étoiles entre le Paris Saint-Germain et la All-Star de Real.
Yes, a very, very interesting game that took place yesterday and renewed old rivals, but then it was a friendly game. But first, let's talk about Manchester United, who has sent Shola on loan to Bolton. The agreement is signed already. Meanwhile, Chris Wood to Nottingham Forest is a done deal. He moves on a loan with an obligation to buy clause. Equally, we have Leandro Trossard to Arsenal. 4-year deal agreed. Arsenal will pay €21 million plus €6 million bonuses to Brighton. Meanwhile, Noni Madueke to Chelsea is equally a done deal. He joins on a permanent deal for close to €35 million. Bayern signed Jan Sommer on a permanent deal until June 2025. Memphis Depay is expected to sign a €3.4 million deal to Barcelona. He moves to Atletico Madrid. The contract is valid right up to 2025. And we equally talk about Wolves, who have signed Pablo Sarabia on a permanent deal from Paris Saint-Germain, and the deal is estimated to be a €5 million fee, and the contract is valid until June 2025. And we talk about Julian Reyersson, who has signed for Dortmund right up to June 2026 as a new Borussia Dortmund player. And now we end European transfers by this amazing game that took place yesterday in Saudi Arabia, pitting Paris Saint-Germain and a couple of teams. The team that Cristiano Ronaldo plays for Al Nassr and Al Hilal All Stars. It was an amazing game that saw 9 goals scored, with the Paris Saint-Germain side receiving a red card. Therefore, by the end of the game, Paris Saint-Germain came down to 9 to 10 players. It was Cristiano Ronaldo who scored brace and picked up the Man of the Match award. Meanwhile, Paris Saint-Germain won the game by 5 goals and picked up the trophy for the friendly. And equally, we have our very own Cameroonian Hugo Ekitike, who marked himself present and was amongst those who scored for the goal scoring festival.
Allez, victoire du Paris Saint-Germain, 5 buts contre 4 devant donc cette All-Star de l'Arabie Saoudite. Il y a eu ce carton rouge, on l'a mentionné, de Juan Bernat en première partie, mais surtout ce doublé de Cristiano Ronaldo qui est donc sacré homme du match de cette rencontre des étoiles du côté de l'Arabie Saoudite. On va terminer avec l'information du championnat d'Afrique des Nations.
Yes, the African Nations Championship on outgoing in Algeria. Amazing and colorful things happening out there in Algeria as Black Stars of Ghana scored the first goal of CHAN since 2014. They danced it all out and kept their hopes high, alive till the end of the game as they beat Sudan 3 goals against 1 after losing their first game against Madagascar, a total shocker in the CHAN. And meanwhile, we have every team in Group B who has a chance to qualify to the knockout stage. As we can see on our screens, Uganda picked up a victory against Senegal, and Congo and Ivory Coast share the spoils. So every team in Group B stand a chance to move to the next stage. And over in Group A, we have the 2 top teams, which are already Algeria, which is the host, and Mozambique, who are stamping their names in gold. Meanwhile, the rest of the games at the CHAN African Nations Championship shall continue to be played. That is it for Euros Fair this morning.
Effectivement, et on suivra donc mardi la sortie des Lions indomptables locaux, deuxième sortie après leur victoire face au Congo, 1-0. Ce sera cette fois devant le Niger. Vous croyez en cette formation? Ça va passer?
Yes, it will go down. It will be a great game. Like what we saw in their first game, they had everything. The only thing lacking was goals. So we hope that the coach will be able to strategize and get the right persons in front to bring us the goals. I think it is an easy work for the Cameroonian side.
Allez, merci.